It's not very interesting.
Is there any questions to the motion? Is there amendment to the motion? Is there any opposition to the motion? Can we pass the motion on the general aye?
Aye.
And our next motion is the motion to add the PGM Treasury to Finance Committee. So, Maddie, do you want to come talk about this motion? Can we all hear like people talking from here? So you're on that side, right?
Yeah, basically I want to add PGM Treasurer to Finance Committee. There's no PGM representation on Finance Committee at the moment, and I think it would be beneficial. Not that there is a PGM Treasurer as of yet, but like, yeah. That is all.
Is there any questions to the motion? Is there amendments to the motion? Can we? Is there any opposition to the motion? Can we pass the motion on the general aye?
Aye.
And our next motion of today is the motion to remove environmental committee. So we will talk about the motion.
So basically, we haven't had a full environment committee. That's really annoying. We haven't had a full environment committee in like a couple of years, and I don't think it's like very useful or productive committee technically. I think the environment rep can do a lot of the role that the wider committee were going to do on their own. So their role is to promote environmental awareness, coordinate sustainability efforts, and they also work with college to make sure that everything that they do is as carbon neutral as possible. But you know, with the university, it's not quite that easy. I have spoken to the environment rep, and they are happy with this as well. So basically, I've just removed the whole committee, and I've added what the committee was supposed to be doing into the role of environment rep, and then I've kept the role of Bailey Wardrobe manager as well.
Okay. Is there any questions to the motion? Is there any amendments to the motion? Is there any opposition to the motion? Okay, can we pass the motion on the general aye?
Aye.
Our next motion is a motion to remove type of question, and Louise will be talking about that as well.
I don't really have much to say about this, but previously it was added that we were going to do targeted questions. So when I started in first year, we didn't have targeted questions. We did it because there was like 2 candidates against each other, and it was good to ask about specific manifestos. But I think we've worked out that it just makes the meetings really, 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 really long. And actually, I think it's beneficial for like the presidential election when they're doing like a 10-minute hust. But I think other than that, you can kind of ask a targeted question indirectly through like general questions. So yeah, basically I want to get rid of them on method 1s aside from the presidential.
Okay. Is there any questions to the motion? Yeah, Matilda?
Yes. Do you not think, because treasurer used to be FCO, so it used to be a SAP role, do you not think in one of the roles that is so crucial? Because I do understand like other method 1s, yeah, we don't really need them, but once we get to the like kind of higher bearing exec roles, such as treasurer, if it's contested, do you not think it's useful then?
Yeah, I think it depends on what the treasurer wants to do, and like, because I think last year it was really beneficial because one of the treasurers wanted to completely change the structure of like the way the treasurer was going to run. But I think generally people tend to not do that. So I don't know. Like, I would be happy for that as an amendment.
We could amend it that up to the question, if I feel it's useful for an election, I can re-add them in as SRO. So like by default we go, and then if we have a really contested election where people are doing a lot and we think it's useful to ask them specific questions, we then decide to re-add them in. But for the general ones where it's not needed, and all it means is I'm asking 8 questions instead of 5 to one person, that we don't default just don't have them in.
Is that not liable to start arguments if someone thinks that they do need targeted questions and you say that they don't? Whereas if it's just in the standing orders, it's just in the standing orders.
Yeah, but also how are we going to pick which method ones we have if it's not on all of them? And we know for it doesn't need to be on all of them. I understand that it might need to be on some of like the more important ones like treasure and stuff. But like if we'd need a while to rethink it and decide which ones would need it, sort of thing.
Could you not then just shelve the motion, think about it, and then bring it to 1.3? Sorry.
I mean, that could be an option, but also like we kind of want to pass it as soon as possible because it makes meetings way too long.
Okay. I mean,
It
do
gets,
you want to add amendments to this then?
no, I think it all needs rethinking, to be honest.
But I don't really see why you can't ask, if it's the pointless that you can ask the target question with general questions.
But
Generally, they'll both have
But you
something to say.
want to talk, like, for example, because the example of the treasure election last year is really good because you have one quite
Sorry.
radically.
If you want to ask questions to the proposer, do you still have any questions for the proposer? Okay. Is there amendments to this motion?
Do you want to add it?
I think it needs more discussion.
I feel like
No,
I don't.
I disagree.
Okay.
I really
What
don't.
would
Okay.
you have the amendment as?
Like make sure that like you could put treasurer up. Like just make treasurer and whatever it is,
Treasurer,
president.
Senior welfare, fire, VP.
What if we just allow the powers to permit target questions?
I mean, it's
They
technically
think it's required.
to get two people in for an exec role and run and be drastically
Yeah.
different. Like that's not.
I
This
just,
is actually not.
and for any
much
method
smaller.
ones, yeah.
Um,
I'd be happy to like have a conversation and then come back to it, but I just don't see, because like what Caleb's saying, I do completely back, because it could even be like non-exec stuff like trustee that's really important. Like,
I think we like never had it before. I don't see why it's suddenly an issue.
It's not about importance of the roles, it's about shortening meeting times. And the thing with pres elections is that they do 10-minute speeches, whereas method ones are shorter by nature anyway. And the reason why pres elections need the questions is because they have said things for 10 minutes straight, so there's a lot to cover. Whereas when somebody's only spoken 3 minutes, it's just less.
but there's,
Surely get 30. Depending.
yeah.
So we currently have 3 targeted questions, and possibly just reduce that targeted questions, just like 2 or something like that, or maybe a maximum 2, just because we can reduce the amount of time spent, but also like we can never predict what meetings are going to have people who are drastically different or have things that we need to be expanded upon. Like a little bit naive of us to try and do that. So I
Yeah.
think it probably is just that we are like reducing the meeting time, we can just go for reducing the actual questions.
I mean, if there's opposition, you can just talk about it.
Okay. Is there opposition to the motion?
Yeah.
Can you raise your hand?
Please close your eyes.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, okay.
Just make an amendment that we reduce the maximum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before opposition, is there amendments to the motion?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Can I,
Reduce the amount of.
Okay.
Oh,
We
wait.
wanted to do
Oh, we're doing an amendment first.
one, and maybe that's our discretion and add more.
What as in just by? Well, the thing is with keep it, the number doesn't really change it because if you're taking the time, the reason it takes long anyway is taking the time to do targeted questions. It's like reducing it from 1 to 3 is going to have a negligible effect on the overall thing because the long bit is getting them to then answer the questions and then letting them go out. It's like 1 to 3 is going to make it shorter slightly, but
I
at that
think
point
that's-
you might as well just keep 3.
That's the compromising this side of the room, I think, though.
Okay, bring this to the floor. Yeah, is there any more questions to this amendment that reducing the more targeted question? Instead of abolishing targeted question, reduce it to like 1? Is there any questions to this amendment? Is there opposition to this amendment? Can we pass this amendment on general eye?
Aye.
So, with this, do we have any more questions with the amended motion that would reducing target question to 1 target question?
Just clarify,
Yes.
yes, or just still have discretion.
Yeah, so it isn't, we're just going to make it, there is 1 targeted question, but at SRO discretion, we can increase that number. Sort of thing.
Right. Is there any more questions? Is there any more amendments to this motion? Is there opposition to the motion that reducing the number of target questions to 1? Okay. Can we pass this motion with amendment on the general eye?
I think it'll
Okay. Next motion is about adjusting the role for music representative. So, Fiona, you want to talk about it?
Yeah. So basically, I've been having a look through the standard orders recently, and I was looking at the tech chair. First thing we had to fix, Green Machine Committee, which is called Green Committee. So it hasn't been looked at for a while. But basically, you have the tech manager overseeing the gym manager, but then the tech manager doesn't oversee the music rep. And then the tech manager sits on the music reps rep and the gym manager. And then if the also I think someone that's been music rep, it'd be useful to sit on Green Machine Committee as well, and to express ideas about musical tech. So I basically just want to change it so that tech manager will be line manager for the music rep, and then the music rep will sit on Green Machine Committee, and it'll actually be called Green Machine Committee in the motions.
Okay. Is there any questions to the motion? Is there amendments to this motion? Can we pass this motion on the general eye?
Aye.
Next, we're going to some of the motion that's like to reflect the change of the recent like SU referendum. If you don't know yet, basically the SU assembly is gone, so we have to change the role of the whole SU committee and the SU rep in our JCR. So, first motion regarding this is a motion to reconstruct the role of students' union and Livers Out representative. So,
So I'm going to try and round up these 3 different motions in one, because we have so much about the SU rep, and there's so many standard orders about how it works, so many different SU representatives on different committees, and obviously SU com. Now that there's been this referendum, the assembly doesn't work with it used to, where our SU rep go and represent us, and they'd sit with SU com to decide on what they're going to vote on when they go along and represent us when voting on that. Now that's changed because of the referendum. Any 50 students can sit and have a formal meeting to make a decision on something with the SU, rather than having a specific representative. However, I believe that the SU rep should still liaise with the SU and represent. Obviously, we're quite lucky at the minute. We do have quite a lot of SU relations in the JCR, but next year we might not have any. So I think it's important to have a representative that works closely with the SU and comes back and reflects on that. So what I'm wanting to set up is basically let's see what I've written. I basically get rid of all the stuff about assembly in the SU lives out reps role. They can still do all the living out things, nothing like that will change. And all the roles in terms of representing, working with the SU, getting information from them, any updating on policy, updates, things like that. And then I'll probably come back with more motions to develop that and make it a bit more substantial role. As a result of that, we'd have to remove the SU committee, because obviously there's no assembly for them to vote on to make a decision. And then we basically have a whole set of like policies on like a memorandum of understanding with the SU and the way that we elect the SU rep. So that would have to be gotten rid of, and then I'm going to come back with another motion on that, because I'll have to work with the SU to change that.
So, okay, thanks, Fia. For the first motion, the motion to reconstruct the role of SU and Livers Out rep. Is there any question to this motion? Is there an amendment to this motion? Can we pass this motion on general eye?
Aye.
And for the next motion, the motion to remove SU committee. Is there any questions to this motion? Is there any amendments to this motion? Can we pass this motion on the general eye?
Aye.
And the last one regarding this is the motion to remove the whole Durham Student Union Assembly election order from our standing orders. Do you have any questions to this motion? Is there amendments to this motion? Can we pass this motion on the general eye?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. So I think that's it for motion today. Okay, that's it for motion today. So before we go on a 10 minutes break, I just want to tell you, after the break we'll have raffles, and then after the raffles we have Fia's inaugural address. So we have break for 10 minutes now, guys. Please go back 10 minutes.
I need
It was a really long job for me as well.
Matilda! Have you done it? Shut up! What's that? No. I'm so
I'm so kind of bad. He's forgetting going like that. I'm wish one you say opposition was then put on to a vote and I'm obviously like I don't give a shit. I don't like my questions.
On the Monday.
That's not right.
How do you minute? Do you like record it and then? Okay, I could probably do like a skeleton video if the information is easier. I've got like G, like those things. It's DSA.
Why would you ever announce that?
It will like do some my housemate said that.
I did about an hour and a half with the next rising and Oh, now the ladies.
Can I have your number?
There's a costume.
Yeah, it's actually just
Do you think we have enough? I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna ask if we have enough time.
Yeah, that's.
And I understand the whole
Are you serious? It's all right.
No one likes it.
I was thinking today was my 7 years here, there's my like 9 person when I built this up. He is running the ball.
I want them out before 10 a.m. tomorrow. Is there anything watching?
I don't know why they've made this. It's a strange one. But yeah, it's easy. You also stick to one side. It's easy. It's really easy. The fact that the same size, so you only have one set yeah, the same font with different make use of the rationale for well, it's the reason they have two is that you can still so option 4, 5, 6 now. Yeah. It was for being a
That's like people enjoy it. Oh, wait, what is No, you won't. It'll just be like
But if you know style so obviously, if you want to go for it. No, there's no requirement to do that. Yeah, they've been banned.
They're not chocolate. They're not chocolate.
Where's Marwan?
Yeah, I mean, transfer will also go right. Like an hour ago, so basically,
Give me the last one.
It's exciting. Guys, we're starting the rapping. Starting the rapping. Yeah.
You lost it twice.
Guys, we're starting the rapping.
Okay. Okay, guys, the first prize is a bag of 5 kettle chips with sea salt and balsamic vinegar. Okay? And the winner is drum roll, please, drum roll. 457. 457? Oh no!
There we go.
You paid this levy? Oh, Vivian, did you pay your JCR levy?
Oh, of course you did.
The second prize, guys, the second prize is the one and only amazing bag of Maryland cookies, guys. And the winner is, drum roll, guys. 4, 2, 9.
That's me.
Next is, it's like a Halloween version pack of mischievous marshmallows, guys.
Yes.
Okay, drum roll, please. 4, 4, 3. Yay! And the last of the snacks, guys, is we're going a bit basic this time. Okay, we're going a bit generic. Pack of Haribo 10 plastics. The winner, drum roll, guys.
What can I say?
Hey! I saw you win every time. Oh wait, no, one more snack. That was a lie. Okay, one more snack, guys. Is a pack of. We're going very cute this time. Little Barney chocolate bears. And the winner is drum roll. 4, 3, 5. Now moving on to the actual other items, guys, non-snack items. The first one is the one and only lovely little warm apple and cinnamon festive candle.
You can't have that.
Oh, don't worry about it, don't worry.
Non professionals.
Drum roll, please, guys. 4, 2, 1. Next, we have something really different, guys, something really special. A lovely little witch's mug hat. You can take off the witch's hat and drink it. Drum roll, please. 4, 3, 9.
Are you still going to be in?
Final prize is probably the best one of all, guys, so get excited. It's a lovely little Mickey Halloween plushie. What was that reaction? Drum roll, please, guys. 4, 4, 1. Yay! Thank you, guys.
Hello. Aloha. Can I just for in terms of like stuff, we have to do whether people are here from different sports. So do you have any reps from the boat club? No. Men's cricket. Men's football. Yeah. Women's football. Yeah, she does women's football.
You have to be a member.
Yeah. Golf. Okay. Hockey. And men's rugby. Guys, climbing and golf are going to be bonked.
Yes!
Right, so guys, one quick announcement before going to the inaugural address. So next JCR meeting is 16, not 17. Say wrong, okay. And now we're going to Fia's inaugural address.
Wait.
Did you not find any green dyes?
I can't die because
The next one we're going to do it next week, right? It's quite convenient and enough.
Can I please have a volunteer to be a music stand for me? Actually,
That's the school's
No.
You've got a real life Greek now.
One in 100.
What was it for you?
Absolutely. I will help you with the pronunciation line.
Wait, the wing's not on properly.
That's part of the aesthetic, I think.
This is so funny.
Just could you give some context that went here last week, please?
Uh,
I want to get better views. You're actually awful. You're actually quite awful.
So basically, each year the president will have like a very like interesting address to like everyone. So last year our president did like Japanese address, Japanese, and it's about circus. So this year Fia is doing.
It is a song about the spoons in Wetherspoons in Greek-inspired English. With it was supposed to be a long green wig, but I couldn't get one, so it's a long purple wig. It's the first.
I didn't realise it was for sound.
So some disclaimers before we start. I am full of cold. I can't sing right now. I've also got acrylic nails on, so I can't play right now. It's going to be even more funny. You're also not Greek. I'm also not Greek, but it's been approved by Angelina. So I'm not being offensive to the country,
To all Greek people.
Right, this has a bit of audience participation as well, so you've got some copies on your table. As soon as you hear this song speed up, and you just all clap along, and then once it gets to the bridge, you're all gonna shout "Budali." So it's gonna go. Kudali. Kudali. Do we get it? Do we get it? Are we ready?
Oh. What's the meaning? What's the meaning of that?
Kudali means food.
Calispera, faded carpet, smells of chips and cheap perfume. Neon lights like Asian water crash and shimmer through the room. On the table, silver shining, ice and meal just like the moon. Nothing in this cosmos will ever compare to the spoons in Power Rangers, that's my friend, just till the bitter end. Join me in sing this skin, those spoons in weather spoons, a massive bag in many plates. Sticky tables striking high. But the best part of my afternoon is the spoons in weather spoons. One, Kudali! 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 Calimera to the cleaner, mopping up color-disc floors. Every spoon a silver soldier, guarding chips forevermore. I only came for breakfast, now the sun's turned to the moon. All my paycheck spent contently using spoons in Wetherspoons. Raise your glass, your little bitter and for the spoons in Wetherspoons, massive gardens, many pints, sticky tables, drinking nights. But the best part of my afternoon is the spoons in Wetherspoons. Kudali! 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 The spoons in Wetherspoons.
That's so hard to embarrass us.
He has an accent. Was he the teacher? Did you know where Martin that
Guys. We now get to start all the elections. For the first two that we're doing today, the candidates couldn't make it, so they will be running absentia, which means either me or someone in GovCon will be reading out their HUST. And we're going to do it in the order that it is in the agenda, which means we're starting with Alumni and Development Officer. There is one candidate enrolled for this. Edward unfortunately can't make it here, but because Alex was previously Alumni and Development Officer, he's reading the HUST.
Yeah.
So Alex will be reading it.
For context, I was, and then I resigned over the summer before I even kind of did anything. So,
Love you, Alex.
I miss your name, Zach.
yeah, I'm truly the ghost that never was. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna shoot that. Before I start, I would like to apologize for not being in the meeting today. I promise it will be the last I missed. My train tickets were booked long before I knew any of this was happening. Hello, my name is Edward, and I would like your vote for Alumni and Development Officer. The first thing I propose to do, were I to get the role, is to set up a mentoring system where current students are buddied up with alumni in the industry the student hopes to get into. This would allow students to gain advice from a friendly face who has walked the same steps as them before. I particularly hope this would help the working class students who may be first from their families and communities to go into certain industries and thus may lack the guiding figure and advice that others from more students and alumni. Although I know I would like to run for Alumni and Development Officer, I have no clue what I would like to do after university, a position I am sure many others find themselves in too. It is an integral part of the role in Alumni and Development Officer to ensure all students can have a good gauge of their careers and opportunities that are available for them. However, throughout the university, this often fails to be anything more than highlighting grad jobs with law and consultancy firms. Although these are great opportunities, there is a whole world outside of these, and not every career path is nor must be the same. Therefore, I hope to showcase a proper diversity of careers throughout the year to ensure all students can find a career for them. However, it would be silly to think that careers start after university, as many of us require part-time jobs alongside our studies. It can feel impossible to navigate Durham's jobs market. I want to work with the Careers and Opportunities Officer to aid students to do so, and by setting up a Cuts Jobs LinkedIn group and Instagram account with weekly posts that highlight both paid and voluntary opportunities for students within Cuts, the university, and across Durham. This is something that has previously been done but recently neglected, showing it is entirely possible but with commitment. I believe I am committed enough individual to help students year-round, and I believe in doing so on multiple platforms will help increase engagement and accessibility for students. Finally, I would like to talk about alumni. Of course, the worst thing about graduating from Durham is leaving the Cuts community. Therefore, I want to ensure that alumni can remain part of that community, and there is always a place for them on South Bailey. Although fundraising within the alumni for JCR is important and there are many willing benefactors, I want to ensure that there isn't just a one-way relationship between the JCR and alumni, and there are many opportunities for alumni to be involved within CUTS. Thank you for listening, and I hope I can count on your vote.
Yeah, and so for those of you who don't know, when the candidate's not here, we don't have any of the election. As it's currently uncontested, that doesn't matter. But in the case of if we have any other ones that are contested later, it would mean that we just don't ask questions of any candidate, be they here or not, sort of thing. As that's method one, we don't need to vote for it. It will go on dubs.com/vote, opens 10 a.m. tomorrow, runs for 2 days. So yeah, we'll move on to our next one, which is music rep. Unfortunately, the one candidate for music rep can also not make it tonight. So we will be reading out, well, I will be reading out their first. Hannah is the candidate for music rep, and I'll go ahead and read it. Hi everyone, I'm Hannah. I'm a second year biochem student from London. Sorry I couldn't be here in person tonight. I'm so excited to be running for the role of music rep, as I'm really passionate about keeping music a key part of life at CUTS. Events like open mic nights are so important to bring our community together and to give musicians a low pressure environment to try performing, maybe even for the first time. I want to show people that getting involved in music at the college level, whether that is being an audience member or a performer, is a great way to connect with others and enter the music scene, which can be very overwhelming in Durham. Music was a central part of my life in first year, and I want to make sure others have the same opportunities to experience the benefits of getting involved. One of the main objectives as music rep would be to increase the popularity of open mic nights at Brooks through a more regular advertisement on social media, and on top of this, to continue to foster a supportive and encouraging environment at open mic nights. People can try performing for the first time without judgment. My other goals, including keeping music room inductions running regularly, so no one misses a chance to use a practice room if they don't remember to sign up for an induction at the beginning of the year. Finally, I would continue the Join a Band scheme on the CUTS Music Instagram page, a scheme that helps students wishing to form a band to connect with each other by filling in a Google form. I would check responses to the form regularly and connect suitable students as quickly as possible. In terms of experience, I've been involved with music through choir my whole life, and I was a choral scholar last year and this year. I also ran an a cappella group at my secondary school and was part of the National Children's Choir for 7 years. Finally, I was a music captain at my secondary school, and this role gave me experience organising musical events and promoting musical societies at my school. Thank you for listening, and please consider voting. Again, the voting will open 10 a.m. tomorrow on cuts.com/vote. You can vote for Hannah or you can vote for Ron. Do that. Next, we do have a method one where our candidate is here tonight. So please could Louisa come up to do us. Woo!
Hi everyone. 3 minutes this way.
I'll tell you the way.
Hi everyone, I'm Louisa Pitan-Doring, and I'm running for postgraduate and mature students president. When I decided to stay in Durham for a master's, I realized how easy it can be for postgraduates and mature students to feel slightly on the edge of college life, whether that be with balancing work, study, sometimes families even, or jobs, and I want to change that. My vision is simple: a community that's inclusive, connected, and visible, where postgraduates and mature students feel part of CUTS, not separate from it. So community is my first priority. I want to bring people together, not just through formals or bar nights, but through things like inter-college socials, open mics, quiz nights, and joint events with undergraduates. These shouldn't just be one-offs, but actual chances for people to connect with people who are outside their friend circle often. I also want to make sure, of course, to keep CUTS traditions alive. For example, the murder mystery. Next is support. I want to make financial and welfare information clearer and easier to access. So I want to work with the JCR treasurer and welfare team to set up a short financial well-being drop-ins, sessions about budgeting, bursaries, and scholarships that are actually useful, particularly considering the price difference between the undergrad and the postgrad fees. I also want to collaborate with the publicity officer to signpost relevant information that can help an incoming postgrad to make the most of the social life here in Durham. So the main ones that I can think of are pub discounts, for example. So Fixer, which a lot of people, Fixer and Mixer actually, which I realized a lot of people didn't actually really know about. They have really good discounts, especially, for example, Three Bridges and all that. And then some pubs have specific discounts as well. They do for students, which would be really nice for everyone to know. I also want to work closely with the JCR welfare team to make sure that postgraduate and mature students have tailored support, especially for those arriving without a Durham network, so people from coming not from Durham but from anywhere else in the UK or internationally. Accessibility is also a huge priority for me, so I want to collaborate with a disabled students rep to make sure that venues are accessible and that event information is available in multiple platforms ahead of time. Not everyone can attend everything in person, so I do want online materials, for example, and communication to be clearer and more consistent and more inclusive. And then speaking of communication, I do want to improve how information reaches postgrads. So especially for postgrads and mature students, not everyone checks Instagram or even has the app. So I'd like to start a simple termly email newsletter, for example, with emails, updates, and useful information. It's a small step that makes a big difference in visibility and inclusivity. I've already had experience leading and supporting communities, from being a freshers rep and team leader to working as Platinet's podcast editor, and also just managing events and people in part-time roles. Those experiences have taught me how to listen, coordinate, and actually get things done. So my goals are about community, inclusivity, transparency, support, and innovation, which are buzzwords, but also practical things that can make Cuts a better home for students and for postgraduates and mature students. So if you want a president who will listen, include, and take action, and also give the cherry frog more representation, vote for Louisa for postgraduate mature students president.
We will be having news questions. As this is the meeting in which the new change target questions passed, I still have to ask for 3. As we only have 1 candidate, that just means I will allow for up to 8 questions, 3 of which can be targeted. So, do we have any questions? Yeah, Angelina?
So you mentioned lottery, but you mentioned you want to integrate postgraduate lecturers like PGM comp with the lottery team.
Yeah.
And as what I'd like to ask, is there anything in particular that you have in mind in terms of collaboration between the two things, anything you'd like to add extra to your
So I think what makes, for example, postgrads and undergrads different, sometimes postgrads and also mature students, they will be older, so they feel that it's a little bit hard sometimes to integrate their lives into college experience, because they'll feel that they're too old and actually it's not worth it. And I want to focus on, insisting that it's not true and they can be part of college life. So I think it's just making them feel like they're welcome into the community is a main one. And then a specific one as well is how sometimes postgrads and mature students as well, they'll have part-time jobs to be able to actually sustain themselves and that kind of thing, because usually they will be older. And so I just think it's the kind of thing where it'll be nice to give them some support in terms of, balancing their jobs and social life and uni life as well. So I think they might need some type of tailored properly for them type of welfare.
Any other questions? So that is us done with our method 1s for the evening. We do then have quite a few method 2s to run through, so unfortunately you can't quite leave yet. So to start, we'll go with the one that might help me if I get it. Our first role is JRO, which I think most of you might know of at this point. It's basically the assistant to the SRO, so you help me run these elections, make sure they happen as fast as possible. So on that note, can everyone please close their eyes? If you would like to run for the role of JRO, please can you raise your hand? Sorry, can you get your hand up high up as possible, because I can't see around here. Yeah. Okay. Can everyone please open their eyes? We have 1 candidate and run. So if you put your hand up, can you please come up to the front? No, did you not raise your hand? Were you sort of just no candidates then? Yeah, as in, to make it clear, when you ask you to raise your hand or not, if you're not raising your hand, can you just not do something that would look like it? Sorry. Terrible. You try stand up here and notice the people putting their hands up. Sorry, it's late on a Sunday night and I'm tired. Our next role is Daily Wardrobe Manager, which is on the now defunct Environment Committee. So, can everyone please close their eyes? If you would like to run for the role of Daily Wardrobe Manager, can you please raise your hand? Can everyone please lower their hands? Can everyone please open their eyes? Unfortunately, we have no candidates for Daily Wardrobe Manager. Can everyone? Okay, so our next role is Assistant Disabled Students Rep. Yeah, this is rather always name. You would be Luca's assistant in being the disabled student rep. So could everyone please close their eyes again? Could you please raise your hand if you would like to run for the role of assistant disabled student rep? We have one candidate for the. Can you please open their eyes? We have one candidate for this role as well as 3 nominations. So can Audrey please come up? Would you like a high one or just a low one?
No, a low one's actually better for you. Okay.
So you have a minute. I'll knock when you have 10 seconds left, and then continuously knock it for 1 minute. So feel free to start with that.
Okay. Hi, I'm Audrey. During the year I've spent at Durham, I've seen the situation for disabled people improve and stagnate in different ways. Most poignantly, a wheelchair user in my course was forced to drop out of Durham because their college would not accommodate for them. A distressingly unsurprising fact for a university with a physically disabled student population of under 1%. During this time, I've tried my best to help my community. Last year, I was physical disabilities officer and had an amazing time working with the heads and assistant disabled students rep, even having the opportunity to directly communicate with the current and past JCR presidents on accessibility issues. This year, I took part in the SWD FREPS initiative, which I was delighted to see emerge from CUS, had a lot of fun helping to run game nights in the TPA. One of my goals this year would be to help planning to further improve the DS side of FREPing, for example, with how college hosted the FREP lunch in what was supposed to be a quiet area and left it unwrapped in the room for the entire day, which is unsanitary apart from any disabled students' issues. I would want to make it better than doing that, basically. Thanks.
We have the opportunity for up to some amount of non-targeted questions. The changing of everything's maybe a bit forgetful at the moment. But does anyone have any questions for Audrey? Yeah, Lily?
In terms of the balls and stuff, Luca and I spoke about over summer about making fashion week more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I want to make the balls as accessible as possible as well
Yeah.
for everyone. So if you have any ideas of what kind of information you want to get out ahead of time, or anything you want me to do, or together.
I would want to put out on socials the accessibility of the venue you're hosting the ball at, routes to the venue, and if there's a quiet area, if there's any, obviously, like I said, accessibility, any steps, things like that. How crowded a venue might be might also affect how accessible it is. So all that sort of basic accessibility. Can the disabled person attend, and if they can attend, what difficulties may they face?
Do we have any other questions for Audrey? It seems not. Well, in that case, can everyone please give Audrey a round of applause?
Yeah.
We will then do, as this is method 2, we will be doing the voting in person. So now, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes again. I realise you would do it a lot. Apologies for that. Oh yeah, this is also a caucus vote, which means you should only vote for this if you feel represented by the community that this role looks after. So if you identify as disabled, then you can run. Yeah. So that also means there'll be a third option to vote for, which is abstain. There's not much point in me asking, could you just please not vote if you don't feel represented? So can everyone please close their eyes? Could you please raise your hand if you'd like to vote for Audrey? Can everyone please lower their hands? Could you please raise your hand if you'd like to vote for reopen nominations? Can everyone please lower their hands? Can everyone please open their eyes? And we can get Audrey back into the room to applaud her for the new role. So, okay. Round of applause for our new assistant disabled student. So next up on the list, we have the assistant working class students rep. Same deal as the assistant student ones, assists James in this case in being the working class students rep. So can everyone please close their eyes? Could you please, can everyone please close their eyes? Could you please raise your hand if you'd like to run for the role of assistant working class students rep? Could everyone please lower their hands and can everyone please open their eyes? Unfortunately, we have no candidates for the role of assistant working class students rep. Okay, next on the packet we have assistant LGBTQ+ rep. I'll stop explaining them at this point. I think it's rather obvious what they do. So can everyone please close their eyes? Assistant LGBTQ+ rep. Could you please raise your hand if you would like to run for assistant LGBTQ+ rep? Could everyone please lower their hands? Could everyone please open their eyes? Unfortunately, we have no candidates for assistant LGBTQ+ rep.
Louise, do you know who's, is that your phone that keeps going on? It's what? What?
Run it again, run it again, run it again.
They can do it.
They can't. Interesting. Okay, so our next role is assistant POC rep. Guys, our next role is assistant POC rep. Just to note on this one, you would be running for an assistant position where the rep role itself has not been filled. So, on that note, can everyone please close their eyes? Can you please raise your hand if you would like to run for assistant POC rep? Can everyone please lower their hands and everyone can please open their eyes? Unfortunately, we have no candidates for the role of assistant POC rep. Okay, our next role is assistant librarian. So, in this case, it's just Lauren is JCR librarian. So on that note, can everyone please close their eyes? Okay, I forgot to mention who was running for this role. Her name is Harriet, and so, cool. Hello, I'm Harriet, a second year history student. I'd love it if you would consider me as your next assistant librarian. To me, the library is central to the college community, and since joining CUTS, I've been actively involved in its running, through volunteering regularly, serving as Scott manager, and being a member of LibCon last year. These roles have given me appreciation of this space in general, as well as a strong understanding of what is needed to maintain it as an accessible, organised, and useful place. If elected, I'd be very eager to continue building on this experience to support the society librarian in their role, as well as the rest of the volunteers in any way I can. If anything, I'd like to help ensure it remains a welcoming, efficient, and well-loved resource for our students to use for years to come. I'm very sorry I can't be here in person today, but thank you so much for considering me for the role. So, method 2. So could everyone please close their eyes? Could you please raise your hand if you'd like to vote for Harriet? Could everyone please lower their hands? Could you please raise your hand if you'd like to vote for the reopen nominations? Could everyone please lower their hands? Could everyone please open their eyes? I'd like to congratulate Harriet. So, we have one last method 2 to run tonight. Please. That role is PGM Treasurer. So can please everyone close their eyes? Can you please raise your hand if you'd like to run for the role of PGM Treasurer? Can everyone please lower their hands? Can everyone please open their eyes? Unfortunately, we have no candidates to the role of PGM Treasurer. And on that note, unless any of...
That has to be history.
And yeah, on that note, unless anyone has any extra correspondence or notes, I believe that is the end of the meeting. Yes?
Louise told me to say that the participation fund application is closed tonight at 23:59.
Yeah. Okay, so if you'd like to apply for the participation fund, you have
Yes.
3 hours.
Yes, please do so.
Yeah. So cool. On that note, everyone is, yeah.
On that note, on that note, on that note.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Last notification to all of you. From the next week, just like the career and opportunities of the committee starts our just like events, including all of the sessions in terms of which we have in the end the advanced career development program, which all of you will be notified. So I just want from all of you to just like be active because we are preparing a lot and we are preparing a very major event. So please be active, be engaged, and try, I don't know, to share the news as much as you can. Thank you so much.
Someone was saying about on that note. No one said meeting adjourned.
Speaking for so long.